Hey guys, Coach Rebecca coming at you this morning. I am so excited about our topic today, and that is fuck it, climb the rope. What does that mean? It's going to be my 4 tips on how I overcome and push through my fear to get one more step closer to my goals. Let's get started.
Are you listening? Damn.
All right guys, let's get started. So, a sneak peek into why I chose this as the topic of the day. And again, if you didn't look at the title of our live feed before you jumped on, the title was Fuck It, Climb the Rope. And so I have been going to a gym in the morning and kind of just getting myself, it's a boot camp that I've been going to, and you guys know a lot of times I do my workouts from home, but I like to change it up sometimes, and I like that environment of a group fitness class. Well, again, fast forward, we get into class today, and normally we work out in this huge open kind of garage area that's kind of open to the outside. Well, today we went into a completely different room that I had never been in before. So first of all, change of environment is always a scary thing, but you know what? I went with it. I went into this other room. Well, when I walked in, hanging from the ceiling were ropes. Yep, from the ceiling, there were ropes hanging. Now, I'm an old lady. I don't know if they do it anymore, but back when I was a little girl, one of the biggest, scariest things that we did when we were in gym class in elementary school, and I can remember back to probably like, I don't even know, like first grade, where one of your goals during gym class was to climb to the top of the rope and ring the bell, right? I mean, I do rock climbing walls. None of that stuff scares me, but the ropes freak me out. And again, the first thing I see when I walk into this new room this morning are these ropes hanging from the freaking ceiling. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I face a lot of fears and a lot of anxieties head on, but you guys, I almost literally turned around. It was like 5 minutes before class, barely anyone was in there yet. I literally almost turned around and didn't do the class because I was so, I don't know, I was scared. I was like, I cannot, literally guys, in my brain at that moment, I'm being real with you, I seriously said to myself, I can't do this. I can't climb a rope. And I was so mad at myself that was the first thing that came to my mind. The first thing that came to my mind when I saw these stupid ropes were, I can't do that. Now, I'm a positive person, and one thing that I have been working on every single day since starting this journey to just make healthier choices and better choices for myself and for my family has been pushing past and overcoming my fears. And so, again, I was going to turn around and leave and not do class. And I thought, you know what, I can come back at 9 o'clock and I'll do the 9 o'clock class if I need to, or I'll just go home and I'll do a workout from home. But I stopped myself. I did not turn around. I obviously did a killer workout. And I'll tell you what happens with the ropes at the end of this podcast. But the whole point was I just stopped myself dead center at that very moment and was like, no, fuck it. You are not going to let these stupid ropes scare you from doing this workout. Scare you from trying something new. You are not going to let these ropes. The ropes were a little kind of metaphorical for me in overcoming my fears, and that's actually what our topic is today. Is I'm just going to go over with you guys 4 quick steps for what happened to me this morning and what I feel are 4 steps that I try to use when I am pushing past my fear and my fear of doing something or trying something new. And I hope that these 4 steps will be something that will also help you. Good morning, Kim. Thanks for joining us. Welcome. If you guys log in and I see people jumping on here and there, please comment. Let me know where you're from. Let me know if this is the first time that you're with us. And I am going to dive in this morning to how, or the 4 steps that I use to overcome and push through my fear of doing something new. And so again, the choice is really up to you. It's 100% up to you. our mind is like crazy powerful. And we talk about this, we've talked about this last week on several of our live casts, and we're going to talk about it today. Our mind can either hold us back by letting fear of trying something new or fear of doing something, it can either hold us back, or it can actually give us crazy, insane momentum towards reaching our goals. Because guess what? The best way and the quickest way to reach our goals is to push past those obstacles and the fears that might be in front of us to trying something or doing something that we've never done before, or doing something again maybe that we failed at last time. All of those things bring fear to the forefront. So step number one, and that's exactly what I did this morning, which is accept that it's a fear. Accept that it's a fear. I didn't know, you guys, this was like a fear that must have been like hidden deep down in me. But when I saw those ropes this morning, I had no idea the fear that would set into me. And I think when I say accept your fear, it's not just the fear itself. It's actually, why are you afraid? What's making you afraid? What's making you fearful of that item? And so I'm going to tell you guys, one of the biggest fears, I think there's a couple things that came into mind. One is with that fear that came forward, also I sensed instant excuses coming forward. And I don't know if that makes sense, but my excuses that started to come forward from that fear of that rope this morning were things like, my arthritis, my hands aren't going to be able to handle doing or holding on and climbing a rope at this time in the morning, because in the morning my arthritis is really, really difficult and painful on my hands and my wrists and my arms. And so I instantly made an excuse, right? So when fear sets in, a lot of times what follows that instantly is the list of excuses for why you can't face that fear. And that's what we want to do. We want to know, this is a fear. So why is it a fear? So I started to really look at that and go, what in the heck is holding me back? Why am I so afraid of these stupid ropes this morning? And so I instantly thought about the fact that I was fearful of being embarrassed. Honestly, there were going to be other people around me, and I didn't know those people. I didn't know them personally. I didn't know if they were going to be able to climb the rope, and I'm supposed to be a health and wellness coach. I work out every single day. What were they going to think? They were going to look at me. Was I going to be embarrassed if I couldn't climb this rope? I mean, these are the types of things where you just need to be able to accept and identify, where is this fear coming from and why is it there? All right, guys, so that's tip number one, is not only do you want to look at it and go, okay, I want you to today, in fact, I want you to make a list of your fears. I'm kind of renaming my list. It's no longer my fear list, it's my FuckIt list. So again, that goes back to our title today. So instead of being like, these are my fears, moving forward, I'm flipping my mindset on fear, and I am gonna say, fuck it. Fuck it, I can do this. We can do this. I am gonna kick fear in the butt, and I am making a list today, and I will post it. I'm going to share it with you guys, because that's another tip that I'm going to go over here in a second. But today I'm going to challenge you guys to make a list, a FuckIt list of any of your little fears, things that have been holding you back because you're afraid of what's going to happen. I want you to make that list, because we are going to talk in the days to come about strategies to just say fuck it, and we're going to push through those fears, and we are going to make them happen. We are going to go through them, and they're going to be like nothing when you get done with them. So number one is acknowledge or accept what are your fears. All right, tip number two is get ready to face those fears. So I want you to think about facing your fears in terms of as instant action as possible. Remember I said I walked in and I faced my fear, or I acknowledged my fear of the ropes, and I almost turned around. But the second thing that I have learned when it came to pushing through fear in the past year or so that I've been really focused on this is no. Face it, and face it like now. We can come up with 50 excuses for why we're not going to face that fear today, and that we'll do it tomorrow, right? I'll do it tomorrow. It's okay. I can do it tomorrow. Ugh, you know, I just can't do it today. I'm not feeling up to it. Oh, I really need some more preparation. No. Face your fear as instantly, as quickly as it comes up. If you walk into your, you know, something you're fearful of, I want you to hit it dead on, you guys. So you already know what that fear is. When you face that fear, that is the second step, is face that fear. You want to kick it in the butt. So don't walk away. Don't get into the excuse mode. Just go for it. There's no time like right now to face your fear. So once you truly accept your fear, it becomes easier to manage it. I mean, once I figured out what I was afraid of as it related to climbing that rope and being fearful of maybe what people would think, I just needed to stop and say, nope, all right, you know what, there's got to be other people. There's got to be other people who are going to be in here this morning that are going to be as freaked out as me to do this. And guess what? There were other people that were just as freaked out as I was. And it was kind of funny how comforting that was, I think. Again, just that reminder that it's so much easier to face your fears if you know you're not alone, you guys. And you're not alone. There's no way you're the only person that is fearful of whatever that piece is in front of you, that roadblock in front of you, that fear. It seems so big, but you are bigger. You are more powerful than that fear. I promise you that. So again, step number one is accept that you're fearful of whatever that item is. Step number two, don't walk away. Don't make excuses. Face that fear head on. Say, bring it, bitch. Let's go. You want to do this, and you are going to feel so much better when you do. Tip number three, I kind of just mentioned it, and that is embrace the fear. So, embracing the fear, what do you feel when you feel fearful, right? It's an energy, right? It is, it can kind of freak you out. Your heart rate can beat. Your mind is racing. Just think about those feelings, right? Heart racing, blood pumping, kind of anxiety. I want you to, again, just like we talked about flipping your attitude on certain things, it's kind of the same thing. When it comes to fear, we want to kind of use those elements to empower us to just go for it. So when I say embrace your fear, I want you to think about flipping those feelings, that heart racing, that level of anxiety. I don't want those things to make you push away from doing what you're fearful of. I want those energies, those little pieces of heart racing, mind running, adrenaline pumping. I want those to push you through that fear, not push you away from it, push you through it. So if we flip that and then we choose to use that energy to embrace that fear, you guys, I know this seems crazy, and yes, I am kind of half crazy without a doubt, but it's just this flip of mindset, you guys. You can do it. It takes practice, but you can do it. You just have to flip your mindset to embrace that energy and let it fuel you instead of fear you. Again, it's a mind game. It's a mind game. Your mind is telling you, fear it, walk away from it. It's scary. You want to flip that mindset to a level or a mindset of embracing it and running towards it instead of away from it. So again, you guys, tip number one, accept that freaking fear and be like, why in the heck am I afraid of this? This is so silly, right? You can do it. Tip number two is face that fear head on, ditch the excuses, quit making listing all the reasons why you shouldn't do it, and just face that fear. Do it now. Don't wait until tomorrow. Tip number three is use and harness that energy, that blood pumping, that scary feeling, that pit in your stomach, use those things to push you through, not away from. We want to run towards that fear and we want to knock it out. We don't want to run away from it. So use that energy and that feeling and harness it, because again, we want to embrace your fear, not run away from it anymore. It's not going to control you anymore. All right, guys, and my favorite tip of all, which is tip number 4, and that is push through. So when we talk about going from that embracing the fear and harnessing that energy to tip number 4, push through, this is kind of what I mean. So I turned, actually, there was a gal that walked into the class, and again, guys, if you are jumping on late, my fear this morning, I was facing a fear of mine to climbing these ropes for the beginning part of our class this morning, and it freaked me the fuck out. I was scared, and it kind of made me determine that I needed to face this crazy, stupid, silly fear that has been plaguing me, and I guess I didn't even really realize it. And so I thought it was a great reason for doing our call today and just sharing with you guys the excitement that came from pushing through that fear, something that 10 minutes earlier from doing it had me paralyzed and so fearful that I was about to leave class, and that feeling that it left me with when I actually pushed through and I stayed and I did it. You guys, that is where pushing through comes in. Take the next step. That tip number 4, push through. Take the next step. That step towards it. That step towards your fear. And by doing something, you're going to be pushing through. I want you to, when we think about pushing through, this is the point in which I want you to be thinking about how it's going to feel when you overcome something, when you do something that has held you back. You guys, it is the most awesome feeling, and it was such a great kickstart to my Monday. And it almost charges me to think about my FuckIt list, or my list of fears, and kind of looking at them and almost finding ways every single Monday to mark one of them off my list, mark the next one off my list, because it was such a cool way to start a Monday, knowing that I pushed through a fear that was probably holding me back. I mean, it's silly to think of something like a rope climbing as a fear, but you guys, I want you to think about these fears not even in something as silly as that. You know, you guys, we have a lot of fears that resonate in us that you wouldn't even think about off the top of your head. Are you fearful of what people are going to think if you put yourself out there and you share that you're on a weight loss journey? Your fear could be anything, you guys. Are you fearful of committing and saying to somebody that you're going to run a half marathon or a 5K and you've never run a day in your life? Is that a fear? Are you fearful that you can't do it? That's a fear. Are you fearful of that feeling of what it's going to be like when you actually reach your goal, because maybe you feel like you've never achieved a goal that you've set out for? There's a lot of fear that holds us back from going after what we want. You know, this rope this morning was a big piece of maybe bigger fears that resonate in me, that are holding me back from reaching my ultimate goals. And it ignited a fire in me this morning to really look deeper at what are the other fears that are here, that are holding me back. And because I pushed through this morning, and I want you guys to find a way to push through too in reaching and beating your fears, because you know what it did to me when I pushed through? Outside of everything else, besides the fact that it felt amazing, it made me think about the fact that there's so many other things that have been holding me back, so many other fears. And it gave me this feeling that I just can't wait now. I can't wait to conquer those other fears, to push through and to see what's on the other side of those fears. I don't know what fears you guys have, guys. I want you to share those with me, because whether it's this live cast that I hope maybe gives you some tools on pushing through those fears and working with your mindset to shift that mindset to conquer your fears, or it's having a conversation with me one-on-one directly, you guys, talking about what those fears are and how together we can help you push through those fears. That's what I'm here for. That's what inspires me to do live casts like this, even if no one's watching them live. It's what inspires me to get up, and it's what inspires me to push past my fears, is because I want you guys to see that I'm not just talking about these things. I'm doing them. I'm experiencing them. That's the awesome, amazing thing about being able to share our journeys, share my journey. And you guys, this was a fear of mine. Going live last Monday for the first time was scary. But again, it was just putting these 4 simple things in place. I needed to figure out why the heck I was fearful, number 1, and accept the fact that it was a fear. Number 2, I needed to face that fear head on. And I did that by saying, you know what? I'm going live tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. and there was no way I was turning back on that commitment. I was going to face that fear. So that was tip number 2, you guys, and I did it. Last Monday, when I went live, I was freaking out because I knew it was a huge fear for me, but I knew it was something I needed to face. And number 2, I was like, no, I committed. I'm doing this. I'm facing this fear head on. Number 3, I learned that I just needed to embrace it. I was going to screw up. I was going to make mistakes. There were going to be days where no one was live, but you know what? I harnessed that fear, that scariness, that pit in my stomach, that all those worries. I used all of those tools to drive me to get online last Monday and to get and climb that rope today. And that's what I want to tell you guys. Harness those energies, flip the mindset, go for it. And then last but not least is just that push through. You guys, don't let the excuses hold you back. I need you to run full force at whatever it is, whatever that fear is. You need to run full force. And you guys, that's what I did. I ran full force. Last week when I was fearful of going live online, in fear of people judging me, in fear of not having a topic or not knowing what to say or wondering if I was going to be helping people, I went full force. I faced that fear. I embraced that fear. And you guys, I didn't just walk towards that fear. I freaking ran towards it. And I didn't just say I was going to go live one time. My push through, that number 4 tip, push through, push through that fear. That push through was a run full force. I ran full force at it, you guys. And I said, I'm going live every single day. Between 7 a.m. and 7:30, I'm going live every single day. And you guys, we are 1 week into Wake Up or Rise and Shine with Rebecca. And I'm over the hump. I made it through that fear. And I can't tell you how incredibly amazing it feels. So you guys, like I said, you guys, fuck it. Climb the rope. Whatever your rope is, metaphorically, I want you to just face that fear. Figure out what your fears are. Face them, embrace them, and push through them, because it is going to make you so much stronger, more confident, courageous, and it's going to just fill your heart and soul, because every single time you push through a fear, you're moving forward, and it's powerful. It's so insanely powerful, you guys. So I told you at the beginning that I was going to share with you the other kind of silly fact in my rope climbing excursion this morning, and that is I was so fearful that I was going to walk away and not even do class, and guess what? we didn't even have to climb the whole rope. So you see how sometimes our fear is even bigger than what it's actually less powerful than what we think it is, right? Our fears seem so ginormous sometimes, and sometimes they aren't as scary as we thought. They aren't as scary as we thought. I thought, oh my God, I've got to climb to the top of this rope. There's no way I can do it, right? Don't worry, I still stuck there, and I went after it. But we didn't even have to climb to the top of the rope. We had to sit on our butts and go from a seated or a laying down position to just pulling ourselves up into an upright or standing position and then slowly letting ourselves down. So I didn't even have to climb the whole entire rope. And can you imagine, I thought about it after we got done, and I thought, how silly would it have been if I wouldn't have stayed? How silly would it have been? I would have missed such an amazing workout because I would have let that fear get the best of me. And what's even crazier is I didn't even have to climb the whole rope, you guys. Your fears are so much closer. You can overcome those fears so much easier than you think. They're not a ginormous bear. They're a bear cub. Go after them. Don't let them scare you. You guys got this. I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm going to again post in a little bit more detail for you our 4 steps that we talked about today, which is accept your fears, face your fears, embrace your fears, and then push through. And I'm going to challenge each of you guys this week, in fact today. Stop waiting. Today, make a list, you guys. Good morning, Rachel. Good morning, Daniela. I want you guys to make a list, a FuckIt list. That's right, you heard me, I'm sorry. If your kids are around, plug their ears, but I want you to make a FuckIt list, because fuck it, you are going to face your fears. These fears are not gonna hold you guys back any longer because you've got the tools to be able to overcome them, push through, and I know you are gonna be amazing and strong each and every day afterwards. Have an amazing day, you guys. Mwah! As always, I love ya. Come back tomorrow. We are going to talk about how to get a restful night's sleep and how incredibly important it is, you guys, because sleep can impact your energy, how you lose weight, if you're at a weight loss plateau. Did you know that? Your sleep could be impacting that, you guys. So this is where we're going to log in tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to come live at 7 a.m. Again, 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, guys. And we are going to talk about the importance of a restful night's sleep and maybe a couple quick tips for what I do when I am having a restless night or I can't get to sleep or I wake up in the middle of the night. I'm going to share some of the tools that have helped me to improve my sleep pattern and get me woken up in the morning, energized and ready to tackle the day. So again, have an amazing day, guys. Have a great one and welcome back. Make sure you like and comment below, you guys, so that you get alerted every single time we go live. Have a great one.